thanks for joining us, everybody. Clayton Hester here from the KFVS Digital News Desk. We've got Brian Giroux with us. He is with the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce. Brian, how are you doing today?
Great. It's a busy time in the chamber world, trying to stay dry and get all of our programs and activities going. So it's a good time.
Absolutely. It's as we were saying ahead of time. It's going to be it's business seasons are different than the other seasons in some ways, but it's interesting to community-wise, education starting up here this month, all those different things in mind, and you all have your Women's Impact Network, an event coming up with that. What day is that?
So that is going to be next Thursday. So we're extremely excited. We do that every other month with the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce. It's our fastest growing program within the chamber, our Women's Impact Network. We usually have about 160 to 170 women attend our every other month event. And this month we're really excited because our guest speaker is Senator Holly Rehder.
Okay.
And believe it or not, she's probably not going to talk a whole lot of politics, but she is going to talk about leadership and her life story of where she was 25, 30 years ago and where she's at now. It's an amazing book, amazing story, and she has a brand new book out called Cinder Girl, and she's going to talk a little bit about that. And she's a great speaker, and the story that she tells, her life story, is amazing. Some of the hardships that she's had to overcome to get to where she is now, to be an elected leader for Southeast Missouri is fantastic. So when we were able to secure her as a speaker, we're extremely lucky and extremely fortunate. So. Anytime you can bring somebody of her caliber in to learn a little bit of life lessons, it's great. So I'm looking forward to next week, and I know we're close to selling out again, which is good, and we have great food, and we always have a few vendors on hand, so we can support our local vendors, shop a little bit, have a little bit of lunch, and learn a little bit from Senator Holly Rehder. So we're excited.
Absolutely. And now, just to give a little bit of background, the Women's Impact Network, tell us a little bit about the history of that, what it really is out to accomplish.
So, one of those things, we've had it for about 5 years, and, we needed to have a program that specialized in the development of our female leaders in Southeast Missouri, in Jackson, Missouri. And we had a lot of our members say, why don't we have a women's network? And so one of the things we always do at the Jackson Chamber is we always listen to our members. And when they say they are looking for something, we always listen and make sure that they have all the tools to be successful. And so we started out slow, and we had 50 or 60 women every other month, and that was okay. But I knew we could do better, and we've had some great speakers, and we've just grown, and so we've doubled, and so we've got great attendance and great energy, and the committee that puts that together is amazing, and they get a lot of speakers that are topical, sure. And that are really relative to issues in our female leaders, and so it's more than just like having lunch and networking. It's educational, and we want everybody to grow, and we want everybody to take something away from that program whenever they attend. So, I'm not really involved in it that much for certain obvious reasons, but it's a great program, and I'm very fortunate to have that committee and all of those committee members behind it. They're really pushing for us to do bigger and better things each session.
Great. All right. And I know as well, wanted to touch on just a reminder of the kind of monthly opportunity for business people to get together with your business breakfast, right? That's right. On a monthly basis.
Yep. So we have our business breakfast is the third Friday of every month. We have that at the Jackson Civic Center right at 7:30. And so if you're interested in the chamber, that's a great opportunity to come in and kind of check it out and meet some people and just learn about what's going on in the Jackson Chamber. we have presenters and speakers each month at the Civic Center. So it's a good time. And then we always have our business after hours as well. That's always the second Tuesday of every month at a local business. And so that's kind of a networking, social way to meet other leaders in the community. So we try and have diverse programs, whether it's our Women's Network, our Business Breakfast, or our Business After Hours. It gives you great opportunities to meet people and really get involved in the chamber.
All right, wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Anything else to mention today before we wrap up?
Well, we wanted to thank you all. We were able to tour this location for our leadership and development. It was our media day, so we meet with all of our media leaders, and you guys are always generous enough to let us kind of see what goes on behind the scenes. And so we were in the audience of the news program yesterday, and everyone doesn't really understand what goes on. What goes about putting on a news program. And so they were just fascinated on the intricacies of what it takes to put that on. So we're always fortunate to kind of take a behind-the-scenes look, what goes on behind the curtain, especially here with KFES.
Sure.
So we appreciate the class. Had a great time. They met the anchors and all the producers and everything. So it was great for our leadership and development. They really kind of see what goes on. So we want to thank you for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it was great to see everybody together, and I believe that they were asking good questions, everything like that. Looked like a pretty good time, pretty good learning experience.
They like the green screen.
Yeah,
that's always a fan favorite. They can kind of see what you guys do up there. So we appreciate it. We've done that every year with you guys, probably the last 15 years. So we appreciate it.
The green screen's just a beautiful art because it's like you've got to think with your left side of the brain.
Yeah,
with
it's
your
reversed.
Right,
it's completely reversed. And people don't realize that until they get up there. So they took a lot of pictures. They had a good time.
It was fun to see. Absolutely. Brian Giroux with the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time. And to our audience as well, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to turn it back over to Local News Live for now. And stick around. More news from our sister stations just around the corner.